Kerry Washington is a superstar now, but to win her most famous role, the Bronx native had to beat out thousands of actors, including several friends. How scandalous.
You want me? Earn me!
Washington made her acting debut in the ABC after-school special Magical Makeover in 1994, which opened the door to auditioning for bigger roles. One of those movies was the Brad Pitt-Tom Cruise drama Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, and Washington told her agents she would skip college if she got it. The part instead went to Tandy Newton, and Washington enrolled at George Washington University.
You must send away this friend of yours.
After graduating, Washington returned to acting with Our Song, which premiered at the 2000 Sundance Film Festival. The following year, she was working as a substitute teacher when she booked Save the Last Dance, only to return to subbing to help pay the bills before the movie took off. Except she had to stay in elementary schools because the older students now recognized her.
So this place is tight, right? It's so cool.
After supporting roles in movies like Bad Company and Against the Ropes, Washington was cast in a 2004 pilot called Wonder Falls. However, when the show was picked up, Washington was recast with Tracy Toms, and her scenes were reshot. Washington had the last laugh, though, as around the same time she landed the role of Della B. Robinson, Ray Charles' second wife in Ray, which earned Jamie Foxx his first Oscar.
Aha, just skipped a beat.
The following year, Washington boarded Mr. and Mrs. Smith opposite Pitt and Angelina Jolie after Sarah Polley reportedly turned down the role of Mrs. Smith's best friend Jasmine. For 2006's The Last King of Scotland, Washington has said that Kay Amin was the first role she didn't have to audition for, and she then went on to once again play the spouse of an Oscar-winning role, this time Forrest Whitaker for Edie Amin.
Promise me this is going to be all right.
Washington continued working in movies for the next several years, including Quentin Tarantino's acclaimed Django Unchained in 2012, playing Broomhilda von Schaft, Django's wife and a former slave. But something else came along that year that would change the actor's life. Grey's Anatomy showrunner Shonda Rhimes had sold a show to ABC called Scandal, and despite the network's suggestion to cast Connie Britton in the lead, Rhimes insisted it be a black actor. Linda Lowy, the casting director for Scandal, then met with thousands of actors for the role, originally named Olivia Price.
Speaking to me is a privilege.
Washington has said she immediately connected with the character, but so did 10 of her friends. Among those who auditioned include Gabrielle Union, Taraji P. Henson, Jill Scott, and Anika Noni Rose. Washington bought a suit just for her audition and reportedly won over Rhimes immediately. Scandal went on to become a cultural phenomenon and ran 7 seasons, earning Washington multiple Emmy nominations.
I want painful, difficult, devastating, life-changing, extraordinary love.
A few years into the show, Washington signed on opposite Kate Hudson to star in a thriller called Unforgettable, but she eventually left the project and Katherine Heigl and Rosario Dawson took over. Washington instead made Confirmation for HBO, and her role as Anita Hill went on to earn Washington Emmy and Golden Globe nominations.
My name is Anita F. Hill.
Now, Washington has another buzzy TV series on her hands with Little Fires Everywhere. Based on the beloved book of the same name, the limited series co-stars Reese Witherspoon, who also co-produces alongside Washington.
If you don't stand up for yourself, who will?